Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. Oh. Painting goo. Painting goo. Where's my sip sip? Painting goo. Oh. Painting goo goo goo. Oh. Goo goo goo. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Painting goo 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 goo. Ugh. Ugh. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. It's painting goo. It's fucking goo. It's 3 Cha-Cha-Chi. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Oh, glorious agua. Ah. All right, Myro. Let us remind these 30 mortals of the meaning of beauty and honor. Goo, goo, goo. Painting goo. Ah! Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. It's painting fucking goo. It's painting goo. Painting goo. What will we goo? Nobody knew what we goo. On painting goo. Goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Goo 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 goo. That's it, you marvelous monkey! You petrified primate! Bring it home! Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Such beautiful tunage. Brought to you by our very own resident petrified primate, Myro the Monkey. And if you have any honor within your feeble, filthy mortal share, you will place a tip in his bowl. Pay the monkey, for I do not. I refuse to, on principle. Greetings, my beloved Japanites, and welcome to another glorious episode of PEINTEINGU! With me, your demi-divine host, demigod of PEINTEINGU, Defenduru-sama. I have a slight case of the sniffers, it would appear. Apparently, the female's detoxification is beginning to spread onto my mortal share. About time. Past few days, I've been looking at her sniffering and coughing, and I have been eagerly awaiting my own detoxification. So, perhaps this weekendu, I shall be bedridden, expiring phlegm from many orifices. It shall be glorious and green, no doubt. Right, who has honor this fine Friday? Margio-sama, Emmanuel Godsonu, Dick Fordu-sama, Desmondu, Griffu-sama. Glorious. The Japonaita have fired in for another glorious episode of PEINTEINGU. You must excuse me whilst I descend into proper PEINTEINGU posture. Some slight stiffness in the stool today, but mostly smooth. I revere my beautiful floppy top-notu. Look at it. It is particularly floppy today. I am the only top-notu wearing samurai in the realm whose top-knot has bangs. Glorious. And Staburo-sama. I will hereby be relinquishing my duties back to the tiger until this tariff situation is dealt with. Too frickin' busy. The Canadian has given up. Of course he has. They are renowned for their cowardice and faggotry. But we love him. He is our Canadian, despite being a Canadian. But you know what that means, Garros. Yes, indeed, it is now your job, once again, after many weeks of a Canadian doing it for you, to remind the people to like and subscribe to PEINTEINGU, lest I fring you at them. Of course, before fringing, I do remove his bucket and sunglasses so you can see his horrifically scarred face. Mainly what used to be a nose before buckets and buckets and buckets of cocaine abuse. So, if you have any honor, you will pay the monkey. And if you have any courage, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Pay for something, or you will be annihilated. By your own ancestry, no doubt. They will descend upon you in ethereal form and rip from you all meaning in your life. Why? Because you're a coward and broke-ass bitch. Hi. Behold, its glorious Froppinese. Froppinese? Did you mean froppiness? Because Froppinese is a totally different thing. We do not speak of the Froppinese. They come from a faraway island, and they are disgusting. We hate them. Right. Let the frem freely flow. Say that 10 times in a row. Today, we return to the Sahara to remind you all that alcoholism is a poor life choice. As you can see, these 5 swans have succumbed to the dangers of alcoholism. Butters strewn about the place, and as they descend a simple staircase with railings and handposts, they have still managed to spear themselves about the press, cascading down this straight stairs for the most part. I mean, there is a slight bend, but come on. I mean, it's not right. It's like fucking... We're not talking Cirque du Soleil here. Couldn't even waddle your fat white asses down a staircase. Who are you, America? Today, we finish this PEINTEINGU. Perhaps. I was thinking it needs some panache. We are, after all, in the Sahara Desert. We need some cacti, some desert flowers. And I don't mean those ugly bitches you find on army bases. I mean actual, beautiful desert flowers, protruding and blossoming from perhaps a large cactus, which is perhaps fighting off some tiny scorpions. I know not, but today we shall be creative, for this is a Friday, and I believe in finishing off the week in a strong way. Much forgiveness, Froppiness was the intent. May we forever forget the Froppinese flirt. Indeed, we have not mentioned, spoken, or thought of the Froppinese in a long time. It was a brief and brutal battle. Moments after my dissension, arguable exile. I must admit it was against my will, but we do not speak of such things. Fucking Monkey King! Right. After my dissension, there was a brief period of time where I was slightly confused as to the location of Japonitesville. I entered the domain of the Froppanese. And let me tell you, they are some of the most profoundly disgusting mortars you have ever come across. They are boneless, hence the name. They frop about the place. Like some kind of demonic worms. They have no spines, which explains their cowardice. But they are innumerable. Like a bed of snakes writhing and wreathing, they have populated that island like tinkers, rabbits, maggots, more like. Maggots is actually quite an apt description of the Froppanese. They are disgusting, and their hunger knows no bounds. I was quickly wrenched forth from my delirium. I was in shock. The mere sight, the visuals were captivating in their terror, and I was awestruck by their filth. But that moment passed, and I quickly rigged it back to my little paddling boat, upon which I then looked to the left and discovered Japonitesville on a different island. And you all know the rest, and if you don't, I'm sure I will make it up as I go along. Max Beru, welcome to another glorious episode of PEINTEINGU. Cirque du Soleil, more like, indeed, although you cannot fault their athletic prowess. The costumes, however, are up for question. Do you really need to look so much like a fag when you do such impressive physical feats? Perhaps, I mean, it does make sense to have things tightly bound to your flesh in case something snags whilst you are flipping through the air, producing a situation where one might snap one's neck, which has happened before on occasion. I believe one of them silky bitches broke her neck. Or was it he? I cannot remember. But mid-tug, she was snapped. Unfortunate. No doubt horrifying for the audience. I have cactus on my land, and they have beautiful little flowers. Indeed! We shall definitely include some cacti. This desert needs more green. And I don't mean the bottles of alcohol and the swan vomit. So are the Farpies Froppanese? Indeed! They are a subspecies of Froppanese. Upon my brief inspection of the island, I discovered many totems and sacrificial tombs. There were rocks in the shapes of Farpies, carved from the side of the island. The Froppanese, despite having no bones, have engineered very intuitively many items that they can use despite their froppiness. A Froppanese mason is disgusting, but inarguably impressive. Some argue the Farpies evolved from the Froppanese. Yes, there is much contention between the Froppanese who believe in the Farpies and the Froppanese who have completely disregarded the Farpies and find the Farpie statues disgusting and abhorrent. There was once apparently a civil war, which made the survivors even more froppy than their ancestors. Apparently there was a time where they still retained their spines, but now they are simply like powdered masses of flesh, which can barely be individually distinguished from one another. It is truly a horrifying sight when you set foot upon that island. I never wish to return. Please don't make me do it. So, today, we are not heading to the island of the Froppanese. Frapana. Frapana shall forever be stricken from our memories until eventually they build floppy boats and then descend upon us. At which point I shall send Stabaru straight at them. Stabaru's the first. Then Garros. I shall think of the rest of the order later. So, what tunage do you seek this fine Friday? Metal? Classic? Funky? I must admit we only have so many options. Although I really do miss Ravingu. I'm not a fan of this copyright shit. However, was this one? Oh, I know. Do you know what I no longer care what you want, because I have realized the perfect kind of vibe for today's PEINTEINGU. It is a Friday, so I believe the best thing to do is to engage in some oomph. Slightly dark, but oomph none the rest. I want some wobs. I want some tangy tunage. Oh, I can fear it. I can fear it coming. I am sniffering. Ah, ads abound. Glorious. A bunch of cunts trying to sell me shit. Right! Oh, strap in and strap on. Ugh. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. I place my royal rag upon my divine knee in preparation for the goo. Painting goo goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Green for cacti. I shall simply make a parrot upon the parrot. When one places goo upon the parrot, you create a parrot upon the parrot. Wordplay is glorious, is it not? Painting goo goo goo. Some green. Some brew. Some yarrow. Some red. Oh, Ironbaru! How are you this fine Friday, you Ironbaru-sama? Are you well? One of the necks should be holding a pint of Guinness. One of the necks? Is that what you call Swan? It's just necks? It's hilarious. It's a feathery snake is what it is. A snake that fries! Painting goo, goo, goo. Painting goo, goo, goo. Remember to smash that like button like it has insulted your ancestors, or I shall fling my tiger at you. Believe me, you do not want an 865 pound, formerly addicted to cocaine tiger flung in your direction. It's just not a nice experience. Right, time to get my bitches wet. Or as the Mexicans say, cobra chicken. Cobra chicken. I love it. Speaking of rubbing things, if you have not yet attained your PEINTEINGU t-shirt...
Need a UGC video for your
Bitch! I am speaking about merch! How dare you interrupt me, feeble-titted mortar! They're not even that big, actually. They're like mosquito bites. Even then! Shut the fuck up or I'm shearing for my own merch. If you have not purchased a PEINTEINGU t-shirt, you are probably a fag. Link in description. Some of the proceeds go to help the bear community. Even more of a reason to do so. Shout out to... is it Printer Bearu? I forgot his moniker on Rhine. Methinks it is Printer Bearu, yes. An absolute legend. Funny fucker! Like myself. One should have wobbery eyes. I indeed intend on giving the chicken cobras wobbery eyes, or some sort of inebriated eye horse. Majo-sama, do not worry. They shall be given eyes. Perhaps I should do that first. Right. Excuse me, microphone. There we go. The vomiting one is definitely my favorite. Hilarious. Swan equals mom looking for her teens. Is that like a cougar? Like, for her teens? Those young people belong to me. Mosquito bite you! Racking in rack or honor. A female racks rack. Despicable. The rack of rack on that female is disgusting. How funny is that like some words in Japu end up sounding like the Japanese, where he's like kata 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 kata. Like, how do you say I bought a shoulder massager? Kata 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 kata. It's the same in Japu. The rack of rack on that female is racking my mind. Hilarious. Just saying, not for painting. I would not even think about it. Never would I praise such debauchery on a paint. Well, I have painted a giant black cock before. As long as it's just music, you may cheer all you want, because my audience cannot see shit. Ha ha ha! Skip that shit. Right. Who knows? Perhaps I'll make more money if I let them play ads. Who gives a fuck? It's like there's a balance. You either get ads and better tunes, or you get okay tunes, even sometimes great tunes, and no ads. Mixed bag. One day, when I have the money, I shall humbly request that either Anchor Beru or the Big Beru himself produce a tune for PEINTEINGU. It would be a great honor for our intro tune to not be just piano playing by a petrified monkey, but perhaps piano playing actually performed by a giant bear who lives in Idaho, pretending to be played by a petrified primate, would also be hilarious. This one is a sleeping. A moment. Very warm in here. Oh. Oh. Woo. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Eggs. For breakfast this morning, I made my famous cheesy scrambled eggs. To some people, it may sound disgusting, but trust me, it is glorious. Ah, Pruner-sama! Welcome! How is the prunering? What's happening, gang? We are in the Sahara Desert, on the west coast of Africa, where a magical staircase has appeared from seemingly nowhere. And just like the magical staircase has appeared from seemingly nowhere, 5 drunk swans have just fucked up their lives with alcoholism. Why? Because the magic hat said swan, stairs, and alcohol. That's why. We do what the hat dictates. Those are the rules of PEINTEINGU. If the hat says it, it must be PEINTEINGU. From time to time, this fucks me. But occasionally is hilarious. Painting. Some yellow. And a dash of red. Painting. Because we want some orange for the swan's feet. Blends in. Right. We'll just go with yellow. Excuse me, microphone. The cheesier the eggs, the better the scramble. I completely agree. Vintage white cheddar. It's glorious. Some salt, some pepper, and some milk to make them puffy. And you must cook them on a low heat for a long time. They are glorious. It's like souffle when you take the lid off the pot. I love it. I see microphone has a razy left eye. Hilarious. Indeed.
To others, it's the practice of evil in the devil's name.
There we go.
This is not a Halloween fable. This is a real-life horror.
I'm so glad we did that. Microphone is an excellent addition to the PEINTEINGU posse. Is he not? Funny fucker. Boris is getting jealous. As he has been relegated to the background. Drunken swans, hilarious. Only you could come up with that. I didn't come up with shit. Well, kind of. I mean, alcohol, swans. What else was I gonna do? I'm pretty sure Disney's done that. Wasn't there a drunk swan in a Disney movie back in the day? I remember a bird hiccuping as if it's had loads of drinks. I could have sworn, or was it a goose? Was it a goose? I remember a large bird in a Disney movie or a cartoon or something waddling along and being like with like bubbles coming out of him and all that. It can you can totally see how someone like creatively and intellectually got to that point where it's like people can't walk right and they waddle from side to side and they like, you know, list and drift when they're drunk. And then if you look at ducks and swans and geese and stuff, the way they waddle and stuff, it's very similar, you know. So it's like like ducks are funny, swans are funny. They're also terrifying depending on the mood they're in. So it's like, how do you make that even funnier? You get them pissed. But as per usual, the hat did most of the work. And they're not just drunk, they're getting violent. Well, one of them is getting violent rear. I have spent many a time like this. Exactly like this. The pruning is very busy. Good! Excellent news! Can't remember his name. Whose name? Oh, John. Or whose name? Whose name were you talking about? Margie. Or was it the goose? Uncle Waldo from Aristocrats was a drunk goose. That's the one. Waldo. That's the one. Donald Duck has also been depicted drunk. No, it's definitely Waldo from Aristocrats. Aristocats was one of my favorite cartoons. Aristocats, Lady and the Tramp, Beauty and the Beast.
Sensodyne Clinical White gives two.
I am speaking, bitch! Nobody cares about your paste that you put on your teeth. You disgusting, vile thing. Do what everybody else does and wash your mouth out with coconut oil and seawater. I mean, salt water. The drunk stork that delivered babies. Was that Uncle Waldo? Was there the stork? I can't remember. I remember Uncle Waldo though. He was hilarious. He was, yeah, because he kept hiccuping. He kept being like, and shit like. It's like one of the easiest ways to depict somebody who's like really pissed. Just have them like hiccup and shit. Like, it's hilarious. Oh, somebody was it. Oh, somebody was it. I had a protein infused breakfast. I had a whole beaker of milk and honey and a big bowl. Not to mention the fact that I'm also sweating a bit. The rack of nicotine in my body is currently giving me the shakes, me think. I jest. I am simply experiencing the effects of vast amounts of energy that I don't know what the fuck to do with. Ugh. Right, the swans have eyes. Let's get some cacti in here. And I believe I need to change the color of the vomit so it doesn't blend in with the background too much. A slightly greener color, methinks. Or perhaps I should place some chunks in it. The chunks have been praised. Get a pear green. Painting goo 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 goo. I would, indeed, actually find it hilarious if one day someone came suing because of their music that I have made my own, in a sense. How dare you just sing Paintingu over my tunage? I would just laugh at them. What a bitch. Stick some rainbows on these butters. And now that we have some green going, we shall do the cacti.
Easy to navigate, and
It is indeed easy to navigate to the mute button so nobody hears your fucking shit. Skip. We're here for tunages, not shears. Gone are the days where advertisements could be even slightly entertaining. These days, they are simply an annoyance. And quite often, jarring and unexpected. Painting goo goo. Painting goo goo. Right, let's get some cactus and some flowers. It depends on what it had to eat. It's like, anybody remember that cartoon Sinbad movie? Where Brad Pitt did Sinbad. There was a dog in it. There was a section on the boat where they're like going through really rough waters, and the fucking a load of the crew are like getting sick over the edge of the boat, and the dog comes over and pukes, and you hear one of the crew members go, "Hey, where did he get carrots?" It cracked me up the first time I heard it. It's like everybody knows that joke of like, you know, why is there always carrots in your vomit? Like, I haven't eaten, like, I don't remember eating carrots. What the fuck? What is this shit? What are these chunks of foreign protein in my vomit that I don't remember consuming? Bread chunks in the vomit. Making Margie ill. Swans love bread. Don't they all? Like ducks and swans and geese and shit now, like, don't they all like seagulls, crows? It's probably the sugar, is it? I don't know. Oh, glorious agua. Burrito chunks. The swans have got like a very human diet. I hush. Sorry, I'm just full of myself this morning. You're all good, Margie. You're on a Siri mood indeed, Margie. No need to apologize. No, Siri is the name of the game here on PEINTEINGU. How dry I am. How dry I am. I still need to watch Tombstone. Corn? I didn't have any corn. We've all experienced that, like. Right. Okay, now the vomit is much more distinct in the surrounding desert. Okay. Stick in some cacti. Put a drop of yarrow in some permanent middle green. Get a slightly yarrow green. Two squirts of my tiny mister. If you speak, you shall be skipped. It's not a big deal, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about skipping the ads, but, like, you know, it's just sometimes it ruins the vibe if we've got, like, a good tune on. Like, the few times it's interrupted the wubs on the Raving Goo. I really like this one. Excuse me, Micah. Paint goo. Paint goo goo. Painting. Put a fat one down here. Painting. Goo, goo, goo. Painting. Sumimasen, sumimasen. Ah, Scouseborough! Welcome. No Big Barrow Streamo today. Big Barrow needs his rest after a much funny in Missouri. You know what that means? I am obligated, bound by honor, to entertain you for longer. The bears must have their entertainment.
You'll be hearing things about blood sacrifice, death, occultic symbols, the upside-down cross, possession, distorted faces, darkness. All these things are involved in satanic worship.
Right, time for the spikes. Oh no, not Tombstone. You interrupt the wubs, you get the nose of snubs. In brackets, 38 revolver. Hilarious. It was a horror flick. My brain is not in gear. Need more coffee, Margie? Do not speak of coffee. How dare you? I had like no cravings, no caffeine cravings, no headaches. I think I got off like totally scot-free on the coffee, which I don't know how, but whatever. I have been yawning a lot though. I definitely do have a dip in energy, but then I have like a drastic uptick in energy. Just depends on the time of day. The nicotine's gonna be rough. Probably. I don't know. It's not like I'm chomping at the bit for a cigarette or anything. It's much more prevalent in the evenings when I just feel very awake. I just can't relax. So I might just, I don't know, like fucking get some chamomile tea or some shite. I don't know, like, let's see what happens. And you excel at entertaining, gracious PEINTEINGU demi-deity. You honor me with your words, Desmondu. Okay. Let's get some spiky thingies on these cacti.
The beat of the drums, and then listen as the song starts to tail off. You begin to hear screams in the background, which is a symbolism of people becoming possessed as it's being sung.
Possessed, you say? To me, it sounds like they've taken a dose of helium. Who's taking pictures? How dare you steer people's sorrows without their explicit permission? I'm about 3 months now on packing in smoking. Ah, you're 3 months ahead of me, so. I haven't packed it in completely. I'm still... What was it like? I haven't smoked during the day in nearly a week now, but I'm still smoking in the evenings to like go to sleep, because I find that like my mind is just like, what are we doing? So we'll see in a few weeks where I'm at. I have a feeling of, like, I think I said this before, I have a feeling I'm just one of those guys that's always gonna like genuinely want to do it and not like necessarily be an addict to it. Like, you know, it's like I just want the control. I want the ability to like in my mind to be like, you know, if I see somebody smoking or somebody offers me one, or like if I get a craving or like something like that, I'm like, no, and I don't. But then, like, you know, if I'm out with friends or if there's an occasion or if it's like just like once in a blue moon, I'm like, fuck it, you know, like I'll have a cigar or some shit, like, you know. But I definitely don't want it to be I no longer want it to be a chronic, like, everyday thing. I'm 33 now. Gotta start looking after my hurt. I no longer have the youthful prowess to simply disregard taking care of my hurt. I was thinking a cat high on helium, a hilarious idea. When I think about it in my head, a cat on helium would just sound like a balloon being deflated. You know, just a like, what, do I look older or younger? I look older, don't I? I look like I'm like 43 or something like. Or does my childlike energy make me look fucking 28? I don't know. Like. I know, I suppose it's kind of fitting, isn't it, that I turned 33 last November and, like, my life kind of has, like, changed in a lot of ways. Already, like. I had a feeling. Right, let's put some flowers on these cacti, shall we? Thinking back, a very long time ago. Hell, you're still a bit. I know, yeah. I say it anytime age comes up, or like, how do you feel, or like, you know, anything. Like, I still feel like I'm like 18, 19. Sometimes I still feel like I'm fucking 16. Like, you know, I don't feel like an adult. You know, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm just like. I'm just dehydrated. Like, you know, I never look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, I'm getting old. I'm just like, I just need to drink more water and fucking put some weight back on. I'll be fine. Maybe get a haircut or something. I don't know. Like, the long hair and beard makes me look way older as well. Like if I was clean shaven, you would probably lose all respect for me. Hey, who is this baby we see before us? You call that a jawline? Where's your chin? It's like, I've one of them beard faces that, like, because people only know me with the beard because I've had a beard since I was like 17. If you see me without a beard, it's like, oh, put it back on. Like, right. I'm thinking pink and purple. Some ryerak. Hey. Sounds like robots having an argument. I don't know why I struggled so much with making purple. My ratios of blue and red are just way off. Hold on a sec. I will conquer this! I suppose I should just always make pink first or something and go from there. Sumimasen.
G'day there. Heard the buzz? Everyone is...
You're not Australian! I can hear it in your voice, you lying cunt! Enjoy your lives, do what you want to do. Well, within reason, you know. I mean, if you want to commit genocide and be a pedophile, probably shouldn't do that, you know? But I understand the sentiment. One should never tell everybody to just do what they want. That will not end well. Oh, that's how you get the fucking, you know, the fat bitches with the body positive shit. It's just like, oh, it's okay to be morbidly obese with fucking rolls of fucking leg fat and shit. No, it's not. It's disgusting. Don't do it. People like you shouldn't be breeding. I would be obligated to ridicule you endlessly if you shaved. How much would somebody have to pay you cash in hand to shave, like, to completely shave clean, like Mac, like, you know, like a baby's ass, fucking, you know, fucking hairless, like. I don't even know if Billy has a beard or not. I'll have to go see. I don't remember what my husband looks like. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Mustache and long sideburns. What a Chad. That's almost more masculine than a beard. It's just like just stash and burns. You're not a real man until it's just stash and burns. I would require... what's that? 6 gazillion? 6 quadrillion to shave entirely and assume the true egg visit. Oh yeah, like, are you bald on top, eh? Hip pocket change. Everybody forgets that Margie's an absolute baller. Like... it's like Desmond is like fucking... I would require X amount, and Margie's just like, it's in the mail. Get the blades out, bitch. Yeah, but if you weren't a skinhead, like, what would your hair look like? Like, if you got, like, a bad hairline, and that's why you shaved your head? Or, like, have you got, like, potentially luscious locks, but, like, you just, like, fuck it, I prefer being skinned, like. Is it patchy? Have you got a friar tuck on top? I've had females in my life that are like jealous of how thick and luscious my hair is. I have a shit ton of hair everywhere. I'm a hairy fuck. I definitely have some like Muslim in me or something, like, definitely. No, I inherited my dad's receding hairline. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. You did the like wise thing though, like, do you know what I mean? These fucking little bitches who like get hair plugs or like try and comb it over or get a toupee. It's like, dude, just go bald. Like, fuck. Bald people look awesome. Fucking Saitama's bald. That's all that, like, that, like, One Punch Man being bald is all the fucking, like, that's all the proof you need that cool people can be bald. I've been like pretty much a skinhead. Like, not entirely, like I didn't shave it like, you know, skin close, but it was like a like I was like a fucking, what do you call it, like a I was like a really short-haired carpet, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like as close as you could get with there still actually being hair above the skin. Cause I just got like a one. I think the female helped me do it. Like, I just sat down and she's just like, eh. And I think I still had the beard as well. So like, yeah, I looked like a criminal for a while. Like, I looked very aggressive, shall we say? Like, looked like a healthier version of Benjamin Balderson. I seen him there the other day on Facebook. Just seen his image, like, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that wanker. I think that's one of the, like, I think that's one of the best, it's one of the most utilitarian things over the past several years about being in the bear community, is watching other people interact with Owen, and then us as the audience being able to be like, oh my god, what an asshole, or like, oh my god, what a freak, or oh my god, what a bitch. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, Balderson turned out to be like, you know, a freak and a bit of a bitch. Probably abuses his fucking animals by the fucking look of it. Like, Jim Bob turned out to be like, you know, pedophile adjacent lunatic. Who was that fucking... It's not that he turned out to be, because I didn't even know he existed before he came on, but who was the guy with the red hat? It wasn't too long ago. He got, like, he had a conversation with Owen, and, like, he was just, like, an asshole. Isn't he on, like, censored TV or something? I can't remember that guy's name. But what a loser. And it's like, it's perfect because like, he's a comedian. That's like the perfect shit test for a personality, is like, can you take a joke? You know? It's just, it's such a, like, in so many ways, like, Owen has provided a, like, a almost priceless service to the rest of us by just being like, see what they're like. And he didn't have to do anything like, you know, because you see all these like undercover fuckers from, like, especially like the right-wing fuckers who are like, you know, we infiltrated the left to find out what they really talk about. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, Owen's just Owen, and then like people interact with him, and like I said, we get to be like, well, he's a wanker. Like, it's so handy, like. And it works the other way too, because like somebody like Chris Gardner is like very woo-woo, but like has an intense amount of like really like solid knowledge. Gravy in quotes. But like when he talks about drinking his own piss or something, like Owen's like, yeah, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't think I'll ever be there. And it's like, I kind of feel the same way, but not really. Like, I remember turning around to the female one time. I was like, how would you feel about it? Like, you know, if I started drinking my own piss for experimental reasons? And she's like, no. Like, it's the same with like shaving my beard off. Like, it's like, I do and don't like the limitations your female puts on you, but like they do have a utility in some regards. Like, do you know what I mean? But you have to know which ones to agree with, you know? Like, if your female is like, if she says like, you know, I don't know, like, pick something ludicrous. I can't even think of anything right now. But you know what I'm talking about, like, you know when your woman is like, no, I don't like that or whatever, and then there's that part of your brain that's like, she's probably right, like, you know. But then there's other moments where your female is like, no, I don't like that, and your brain is like, silly female, you know, I shouldn't have asked you in the first place. But you do ask them because, like, you know, it's polite to ask, you know. Do honor the female with giving her the option to have a say. Epic orchestral music for powerful motivation. What are we thinking? I'm thinking, what do we switch over to? What have we not heard in a while, but we know is good? Actually, have I tried this one yet? What's this like? Some of these AI thumbnails are fucking deadly looking. But I don't like the fact that you can tell it's like most of the time you can tell it's AI. But like, I've never really liked digital art either. It's too easy. You see these people like picking up all these tabs and different brush types and then, like, you know, selecting a mode and then just moving a slider, and it like totally changes the fidelity or the resolution of something and all this, like, and it's too easy. It takes the challenge, takes the grind, takes the learning curve out of like art, you know, out of creation. It's just cheating. That's not to say that some of the stuff can't look really cool. It does, like, you know what I mean? But it's like, at what cost? I have far more respect for somebody who can make something like really cool looking to the point where you're like, was that done digitally? And they're like, nope, I did that. Just think of Mr. Clean if he was a Viking with glasses. Mr. Clean? Who's Mr. Clean? That's not registering. Bard brother. Who's Bard brother? Oh, Bald brother. I was like, Bard brother? Who the Billy has a bald spot, but I can't talk about it. Oh, the poor man. You know, like, alright, Billy, you're looking a bit sparse in the back there. Don't you say a word! How dare you! We shall not speak of it. It's like... Oh, that's hilarious. You're like combing his hair for him or something. You're like, Billy, you know you're going a bit bald in the back here. What? Like, we shall never speak of this. It's like when I got the female to confirm my height, because I've been for years. I was like, yeah, as far as I know, I'm like 5'11", but like, unless you check, you never know. And the last time I got measured was fucking years ago. Like, so she measured me, and she was like, "Oh, it looks like you're 5'10". And I was like, "What? Check it again." And she was like, "Oh no, you know, I think she was taking the piss." But she was like, "No, yeah, you're 5'11". Like I'm just under 6 foot. Do you know what I mean? I'm basically 5'11" and a bit, but like I'm just like cresting it or whatever. Like, and that's what I used to think was funny, because I used to hang around with guys that were like 6'2", 6'3", and I was like, you guys aren't that much bigger than me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even class it. I wouldn't even categorize it as like swinging, as punching up. Do you know what I mean? Just like an uppercut would still fucking... I think that's an Irish thing as well, though. You know? It's like... What is it? Jesus, he's big. I don't care how big he is. Still fucking kill him. What was it? Like one of the first things I heard was like... It's like, yeah, you gotta watch out for the tall guys. It's like, bigger doesn't matter. We're all the same size when you're on your back. That's the mentality I like bringing to fighting. I subscribe to that kind of mentality with fighting. Whereas, like, obviously, like inside, you're like, okay, he's much larger than me, so I'm at a range disadvantage and a weight disadvantage. So I need to use my speed and my skill and my predictive ability to like get in close and do damage, and then either get back out or stay in close and, like, you know, work around them. But you don't give off that vibe. You give off the fearless vibe of like, I don't care how big you are, I'll fucking kill you. Like, you know, I think that's a warrior's mentality. Like, a warrior's mentality is like the size of the opponent, the opponent's weapons, the opponent's skill. Like, none of it matters. I'm going to kill him. Like, you know, just that, like, that mentality is the mentality to have, of like, regardless of the parameters or the details of the confrontation, victory is assured, because it's just like blind faith in your ability, like, to a point. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want to fall over into like delusion. But what you do want to present is just no fear. That's like the purpose of that strategy, in my opinion, is to elicit no, like, or not to elicit, is to like present no fear, which can have a great effect on a larger opponent, because if the big guy is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna squash this little guy, and you're just looking at him like through him, and you're like, come on then, he'd be like, oh shit, like, does he know some shit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because they think about guys like Mighty Mouse, like Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, like that guy does like, you know, open weight class like jiu-jitsu and shit and judo and all, like, and wins against guys who are like literally twice his size and weight, because his technical skill and his speed and his intellect, his fight IQ, his intellect is just so far above theirs. But that also begs the question, is like, so if you took a 6'5" guy and a 5'5" guy who had the same skill set, the same fight IQ, you know, so on and so forth, so that the only differences were speed, weight, reach, and like bone density, I suppose you could go into something like that, or like maybe stamina and shit. Like I'd like to see more of that stuff, because like, sure, most of the time the big guy would just like manhandle the little guy, but it wouldn't be that rare to see, like, because speed generates power. Like, speed and accuracy, like, equates to force, you know? And that's why, like, it would be fascinating to see more of those fights take place, where you have a guy who's like 6'8", and he's taking on a guy who's like my height or something, like, you know? Like, didn't Mark Hunt do that? Like, fucking Stefan Struve was like, I think actually 6'7" or 6'8", or maybe even 7 foot. I can't remember how big Stefan Struve was. And Mark Hunt is my height. Mark Hunt is like 5'11". And he was like literally swinging up to catch that guy's jaw, and he knocked him out. He got him. Now obviously you can make, if you're a fight fan at all, like, you can obviously make the argument that the only reason he won is because Stefan Struve didn't really know how to fight. You know, despite being in the UFC, like, it was very obvious in lots of Stefan Struve's fights that was like, he can barely fight. It's literally the fact that he's huge that he wins, you know. He wasn't a great fighter. But it was another one of those things where it shows it. It's like, size isn't everything. Giggity. What's it missing? I'm gonna go for the 3-hour mark, so we still have an hour and 20 minutes left. So what's it missing? What can we, like... Kind of want to put a scorpion in somewhere, but we're not. We're running low on space in a sense. So maybe something in the sky. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Mr. Clean is American mascot for a line of... Oh, we've got Mr. Muscle. Not Mr. Clean. We've got Mr. Muscle. And he's not even a bald guy. He's like some geeky fella. It's like so fucked up. He's buff and bald. That's hilarious. You don't see him anymore. We used to have we used to have a brand of bleach that was called Jif. Jif. It was just called Jif. and it was like a bottle of bleach for cleaning, household cleaning. And then for some reason, like in the early 2000s or something, they changed it to Sif, which is CIF. And I remember everybody being like, why? Like, I mean, it's not like it was called Jizz. Like, you know, it's called Jif. I mean, like, what the fuck is, like, what even is, like, why the fuck would you... Maybe they changed one of the chemicals or something and they thought it'd be stupid to keep the same name or so. I don't know, like, but it just seemed like such a needless thing. Like, you know. Ugh, marketing's fucking hilarious, man. Okay, I could do a few birdies, some funny looking birdies on the on one or two of the cactus or something. Well, I suppose there wouldn't be birds on the cacti, would they? I mean, like, they've got barbs on them. Let me think now. Got bottles, the swans. The swans have funny looking expressions on them. Sleeping one's funny, puking one's hilarious looking. This fella's just like fed up that he's fallen again. This dude's knocked himself unconscious, and this guy is at the beginning of... He's probably gonna get it the worst. Gonna fall over a lot of them when he gets down there. I could fix up the railing. It doesn't really need to be fixed. It's doing the job it needs to do. I'm gonna make the clouds a bit fluffier looking. They're a bit rough looking. A designated driver swan. That's not a bad idea at all. Where would I put him? A designated driver swan. That's so funny, Margie. We'll see where we put him. I'm gonna do the clouds first. Clouds are a bit rough looking. Jif is a peanut butter brand here? No way. Maybe that's why they changed it. It's like they didn't want people mixing up peanut butter and fucking bleach. Is this Jif? Yeah. Look. Whoa! What the fuck? Like, you said it was Jif. It's like, does it taste like Jif to you? I mean, like. That's actually hilarious. I really wouldn't be surprised if that's why they changed the name. It's like some foreign marketing team member came over and was like, lads, just realized we have the same brand name as like a peanut butter brand in America. Like, this might go really wrong one day. Like, it's like, oh shit, no kidding. What are we gonna call it then? I don't know, let's just call it Sif or something. Who gives a fuck? Like, I would have called it Biff, because it's bleach. You would have had somebody be like, Biff? You can't call it Biff. And it's like, what? Every time somebody wants, like, bleach, they think of Back to the Future. Back to bleach? I don't know, like, we could totally run that marketing scheme. Oh, fuck. Hilarious. I would have loved to see that. It's like, new Biff! Like, try our new formula. Contains bitches. It's like, how did you manage that? Like, our scientists have formulated liquid bitch. Like, turns all the grime and dirt in your shower into a bunch of cowards, so they just flee the scene. New Biff. Like, oh fuck. With a wheelbarrow and a drunk swan head hanging over the edge. Hanging over the age. That's hilarious. Oh, you're challenging me now, Margie. But I suppose that's not a bad thing. I'm thinking here or here for this wheelbarrow wielding designated driver swan. Yeah, maybe up here. So if he's back here, it's going to be fairly small. Or maybe here? This is going to take a little bit more visualization than usual. I'm thinking, like, because this is a slope here, I'm thinking that it'd probably work if I had a swan running with a wheelbarrow with another swan in it, hanging out of it, coming down here. Yeah, that'd probably work. Get the wheelbarrow in first. I think we can do this. I mean, I'm a demigod. I can do whatever the fuck I want, but still. Oh! Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Kind of have to do a red wheelbarrow, don't we? It's like the most iconic wheelbarrow color is red. Some funky tunage. Yeah, I've seen bright green ones as well, yeah. But the red ones tend to be steel or like some kind of metal alloy, and then the green ones tend to be plastic, from what I've seen. The black ones can be either metal or plastic, but are known to haul your bike away. You don't have to apologize, Margie. Kind of reminds me of Combi Christ. Any Combi Christ fans in the chat? I bet you it's just Desmondo. I have a green metal one, and my son gave me a green plastic one with 4 wheels. It's that certain kind of plastic, you know, that like mold plastic that you see in like school chairs, garden equipment, garden furniture, like lecture hall stuff as well, like, you know, that's schools as well, like just that real distinct textured heavy plastic. And then like here, I think it's probably to do with branding as well, because like we've got a garden store here called Woody's DIY, and their like brand color is like green, you know, and then they have like an orange highlight as well. Like, so loads of the wheelbarrows would be green and they'd be plastic, and then you'd have metal ones as well, but then sometimes they're just like steel, you know. And then I've seen I think I've seen steel green ones, I'm not sure. But obviously they all come in like different shapes and sizes and colours and shit, like, you know. I'm just talking in generalities. How's the designated driver Swan looking? Are you satisfied? That is a name I haven't heard for a long time. Used to listen to a lot of Combi Christ. Yeah, I fucking knew you'd be a Combi Christ fan. Yeah, there's a few Combi Christ tunes that I really like. They just slap. I bet you're gonna listen to a lot of Combi Christ later today then, aren't you? Like after the stream or something. There's something I noticed there the other day, right? So, I don't know if this is like a normal thing or if it is kind of weird, and I wouldn't be surprised considering the shit I've said on this stream or whatever, like. But my subscriber count, right, has, over the past 2 years, has fluctuated between like, what was it? I think it was at 70 at some point or something, like. But it's fluctuated by about 30 members over 2 years, and I just think that's funny because it's like, the other day I checked it and it was like 114, right? And then I checked it like 2 days after that, like, and it was like 113, and I'm like, that's happened before, where it's like one person leaves, and I'm like, who is this person? Like, I don't think, maybe it is the same person over and over again, but like, I'm kind of like, one? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you'd think you'd lose a few and gain a few, but I like gain a couple and then lose one, and I'm like, who the fuck? I just think it's funny. I was at 114 and then I checked it, it's like 113. I'm like, one person is just like, nah, don't like him anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh, I just think it's funny. And then at the same time, I'm like, it's all fake. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, Streamlabs was like legit telling me yesterday that I had no viewers, even though there were people here in the chat. So I'm like, none of this shit is legit. Like, none of it is fucking, you know, actually what's going on. Like, it's all just, like, representative of something. Like, and even then, it's not really. It's so funny to me, like. We really are just in a we're in a place that just like lies all the time about everything. It's so funny to me, like. It's not a phase, Mom. It was. Yeah, the leather, the spikes, the gelled hair, the fucking, like, just like leather clamp shit, like, you know. If it's got leather, studs, and some kind of belt or strap, I want it, and I want it now. And steel-toed boots. Like, what were they called? New Rocks. Is that what they were called? New Rocks? Where they were like the ultimate metal footwear, where they like went up to your fucking knees. They look like something out of like some kind of fantasy RPG Demon Slayer shit, like, and the fucking heel, like the entire, like, you know, undersole of them, not just the heel, like the entire sole of the thing was like a fucking inch thick or something. Like, they had like steel parts on them and all, like, fucking wild. Like, you literally kill someone with those, like. And again, get the fuck out of my head, damn it. Like, you literally had the thought of like, oh yeah, I should listen to some of them after the stream. Remove yourself from my mind, sir. Never. I shall forever reside partially in your mind. PEINTEINGU, 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 PEINTEINGU. So 80s. I love it. Just sounds like the start of a fucking 80s horror flick. Are we satisfied, Margie? The designated driver Swan. With one of the drunkards placed in the wheelbarrow. PEINTEINGU. If I do that again, it's not accurate enough. Satisfied? Excellent. Excellent. Right. Sandworm. Scorpion. Kaiju. What else we do? I'm thinking something here, maybe? Oh! Whew! Sumimasen! Sumimasen. Is there room for coons amongst the dunes? We could put a coon in. This is a desert coon, he gets bigger ears. What he said. Bigger ears, better to hear predators and the rustling of full trash bins in the breeze. If you're looking for trash in the Sahara Desert, like you'd imagine, like, it's like, God damn it! Where do they keep the bins around here? Just this raggedy ass raccoon just like slogging through the Sahara a bit like, ugh, I haven't seen a dustbin for days. Like, God damn it, why did I listen to that lizard? I should have known better. It's like he's like walking up to like tribesmen in the desert, and he's like, "Don't you people throw anything away?" Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Just count your blessings, you can't smear it. Never be fooled by the treachery of the lizard wizard. Just this fucking gecko with a twig and a flower on his head. Like, trust me, if you look hard enough, they're there. 3 days east, 4 days west. You will find the bins. After a week of slogging through the Sahara in search of anything resembling some kind of trash, I am forced to face the possible truth that I have been scammed by a desert lizard. That blasted lizard wizard has fucked me again. I should have listened to my squirrel cousins. There's a reason so many of them died out here looking for acorns. I think my favorite thing about this painting, apart from the vomiting swan, is this cactus. I like them fat and short. It's a plump cactus right there. Dry, you coon. In case you have forgotten, remember to smash that like button. Riker has insulted your ancestors. Be sure to like and subscribe to PEINTEINGU. And if you have any honor, pay for PEINTEINGU. There are many links that you can click in the description of the stream. Buy a t-shirt, a mug, something, or just pay the monkey. And no, I'm not the monkey. For those of you who are unaware because you missed the start of the stream, that is the monkey, and that is his bowl. In case anyone gets any funny ideas. Woof! Sumimasen! Short and fat, just like my ex. I still think that's one of my favorite things ever. Is the fucking I like my coffee the way I like my women, bitter and murky. It's like one of the best lines I've ever heard, and it's from it's Alec Baldwin in the movie The Edge with Anthony Hopkins. Bitter and murky. I mean, obviously you could go with I like my coffee the way I like my women, hot and black. I don't often see a black bitch that's really good looking, you know. And when I mean black, I mean you know, black, purple black, you know, tribal black. half cast to like dark brown. There's like loads of them that are real hot. Like you just need a bit of white in you, like, do you know? More caramel ones. So they're like. I can only imagine what black bitches like think about guys like me. It would be hilarious if black bitches found guys like me like insanely attractive. I would find that so funny. But from what I've seen and heard, they prefer their Nubian princes. Which, can't blame them, you know? It's instinctual. I think Asians are probably the least attractive. Like, they can be really pretty. Do you know what I mean? Like, even the men. Like, you got all these Koreans and shit. Like that's why when you go to fucking... Not that I've ever been, but, like, from what I've heard, it's like, in Thailand and shit, like, the trannies are so convincing that they have to show you their cards and stuff. Because the Asian men are so feminine looking that they make excellent transsexuals. Which is just so fucking funny to me. Like, it's like, now you want a really like convincing tranny, you gotta go Asian. Like those white trannies, that Norse jaw, it's really hard to hide. Like. I shall return momentarily. I must drain the dragon. Fender ass. Oh God, the relief! Oh. It's like opening the floodgates on a dam. Pissing like a fucking racehorse. Jesus. Right. Okie dokie. Still not satisfied with this coon's eyes. A Nordic troon would have to have its crimson chin chiseled out to be remotely convincing. So you want to be a woman? Well, first things first. Like, here's your helmet, and try not to struggle too much. He's gone, so tell me everything while you got the chance. Chicken shits. Oh, Margie, your gas. Quick, he's gone. Tell me everything. Nobody says anything. Fucking cowards. What kind of magical hold has he got over you? What do you want to know? I hear he isn't even Irish, he's really Welsh. Could you imagine? From Wales! Oh, God. Cactus there. Designated driver swan here. Dune coon. Stairs in the middle. Cactus. Methinks we could put... I was thinking of like a snake there a minute ago. Some kind of desert viper. Part of me wants to do like a fucking sandworm. There are snakes that burrow under the sand. I think there's, was it the hog-nosed something or other? My son in Iowa has FaceTimed me. Tell him I said hi. Greetings from Wales. Okay, well the snakes would probably be brown, wouldn't they? So like, yeah, there's a lot of brown going on right now. Fucking a cactus that thinks it's a Christmas tree. You could probably do a really funny, like, tranny thing, like a tranny skit about, like, a cactus that wants to be a Christmas tree. Bob, it's never gonna happen. You're a cactus. But I just really want to have a star on my head. Just let it go, Bob. Like... Bob the cactus. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I'll have to let that dry. This coon's eyes are still wet. Okay, what would really stick out? Oh, diamond in the rough. Will we do it? We do a big fucking diamond sticking out of nowhere. Sticking out of nowhere. Sticking out of somewhere. Painting. Goo 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 goo. Painting. Goo 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 goo. Oh, cactus tree, why are you so damn prickly? Oh, fuck. Do. This isn't looking like a diamond at all. Got the color profile right, but the shape is all off. I know what I'll do. Just make, instead of a diamond, I'll just make it a fucking shiny rock. Much better. Much better. Painting. 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 Shiny rock. Very shiny rock. Right, I don't think there's anything I can do in the last 10 minutes, really. We'll leave it there. So what's this one called again? Saharan Swan Stairs? Saharan Stairs Swan? Saharan Swan Stairs. Sound rolls off the tongue a bit better. Excellent. Hold on, I'm gonna sign this bitch. PEINTEINGU. 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 It hasn't been signed. Saharan Swan Stairs is finished. You know what that means? It means when we return on Monday, there will be a new PEINTEINGU. Oh, whew! Sumimasen. Right! My beloved Japonaita. I hope you have enjoyed today's PEINTEINGU. From all of us here at the PEINTEINGU Posse. Myself, Micah Raffoni, Boris the Bear, Boris the Bear, Tobias Beakus Croas, Myro the Monkey, and of course, last but definitely not least, Garos the Tiger, formerly addicted to cocaine, now working for me and telling you to like and subscribe to PEINTEINGU. I shall remove his bucket and sunglasses and fling him at you violently. If you have any honor, you will... Oh, hold on a minute. That's not the right angle. There we go. Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? With his cold, dead eyes. Right. If you have any honor, you will pay for PEINTEINGU. Or your ancestors will look upon you with great shame. I shall return on Monday, God willing, God's willing. Is it one? Is it many? Who the fuck knows? Nobody knows. Right. Enjoy your weekend. Be good. Be true. And be beautiful. And I shall see you soon. Hi. Much love. Bye bye. Sayonara. Happy Friday.